it feels so cold inside my heart tonight. Be my man is what she said. It's not just the wind that's moving around tonight, but quick and clean don't make it right.
Righto mate, we're at a commercial mine and we've had a bit of a look around before we started and it looks very exciting to us. There's a lot of quartz.
Heaps.
There's
Look at it all.
Yeah, I mean, all of this, and the beauty of this mine is, it's what they call a sister mine. So the first mine was started, and then they've came back along the reef and looked for where it'd broken again. They found this area, but then they had all the infrastructure about another half a mile away. So they carted all their quartz to the other crusher. So there's no battery stands here, there's no crusher or anything like that. So they would have lifted a lot of stone that they would consider borderline, and it wasn't worth carting the half a mile with horse and carts, just horse and cart times obviously, to the other mine. So they would take the risk on anything they thought was poor and leave it. So we're hopeful that they've lifted up a great big bit of buck quartz like that, and there's got a little bit of specimen in it. We've been down and had a look at the surfacings. There's a couple of good surfacings. I've been here before. About 30 years ago, I got the job for just one morning. A mining company were cutting through costoons, through long trenches through here. They were putting out a prospectus and they wanted to say, we've got all these spots and we've found gold at such and such. So a bloke teed me up. I come out Saturday morning. He'd already cut 2 trenches and he said to me, go down there, you know, detect on the trenches, don't go in the trenches, and I've got 3 or 4 more to dig, and hopefully you'll turn up some gold. So you can see a flaw with this plan. He's over there. And I'm down there.
You get any gold? No gold here, no gold here. As Glenn walks out with the ounces in his pockets.
So you wouldn't give a rabbit a lettuce to look after, would you? So how they got around that, they told me they'd pay me 1.5 times the gold price. Any gold I found, they'd pay me 1.5 times the gold price. So first trench I didn't get anything. The second trench I got a little bit of water washed gold towards the bottom of it. The third trench I started to get a little bit of gold in the quartz, and it was obviously he'd lifted it out of the ground. So bearing in mind he told me not to get in the trench, I got in the trench. I went along and there was gold in the wall. There was a little bits of gold where he'd put the excavator through. There was a little bit of gold. So I caught up to him, and he was a surly bastard too, you know. He wasn't the bloke that wanted to chat. And I said, I've got some. He said, you're good, you know. So at the end of the day, or I knocked off at dinner time, worked out what, and I probably overestimated, but worked out what the gold was worth. About 6 or 8 weeks later, a bloke showed me their prospectus, and there's glossy photos. There's a photo of my gold, and whoever took the photos of the gold, if you ever go on Tinder, get him to take your photos. He'd blown it up, and these little tiny bits of specimen looked as though they found nuggets this big. And it said on it, these were found by one of our experienced prospectors on our lease at, you know, such and such a spot. So it never ever took off. They sold shares. They didn't work this area. In the trench itself, the costoon itself, I came back about 2 days later and they were all filled in. So I marked a tree, so not that it does me any good, but 8 feet under the ground, I know where there's gold in the stone. So we might make Kenny, if we don't get anything on the surface,
get that pick out.
Righto, boys. As ever, Ken Hoth, Mr. Fabulous, Silver Fox, start of the day, optimism's always high.
Always high.
And the bad news is, boys, if we don't do any good here, loosen up, Kenny, because you've got some raking to do. Right, boys, thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Glenn's come over in quick time.
Yeah, mate, it hadn't gone 9 o'clock yet. Got 2 little ones down on the surfacing below the reef. On the reef itself, there's so many targets and so much rubbish with the 6,000.
Nice and roofy, isn't it?
There's no way, to my ear, of judging them. So I thought I'd go on the surface where it was a little less busy. Picked out these 2 little tiny ones.
Nice.
Came up to tell you blokes, because I didn't want to come up with say He'd go, oh, too much rubbish. Oh, well, I've got 10. So, so we come up and take you blokes when you're really down below us and get on the surface and down there and have a go. Right,
Sounds good.
that's
Good
all
job,
there is to
mate.
report.
Well done.
Where we are, you can see the mullock running along there. I think here, these are the costumes that he was digging. You can see it. See straight up there, that's where he's dug the trench and then filled it in again.
Yep.
And when I got the gold out of the trench, first thing he said to me was, I said, I've got some out there over from out of the trench. And he said, it didn't go in the trench. And I said, no, it came out of the trench. But what I did was, and I'll be having a little bit of a look for it later, I got on when I came back and he filled the trenches in. I marked the tree, I marked the bottom of the tree, took all the bark off the bottom of the tree, level where the stone was in the ground, because in my mind I was thinking, one day I'll own a backhoe or an excavator and I'll come here and dig it out. So
Yeah.
I haven't, but I've kept an eye out for my mark.
Yeah, definitely.
It is. Yeah, 2 up early.
Good job.
And,
well done.
Down here, boys, and have a look.
Good start.
Oh, Kenny's digging one here.
Yes. Alright, I've come over to Phil Kenoth. He's got a little target here. It's already taken about 3 inches off.
I wonder if
You think it's out already, or?
it could be out.
Well, 2 seconds. Move that away a bit further. Go again. I reckon it's not out.
I reckon it's not out too.
It's right there. Yeah.
I haven't been saying anything because Ant yelled at me for walking on the leaves when he was filming, so.
Naughty, naughty.
So I'm a bit subdued.
Yeah, you're not wearing those lady jeans today, are you,
No,
Glenn?
no,
Don't want any surprises.
I've gone for the bigger style.
Nice.
Not the same shirt.
No? Oh, lovely. I saw the blue and I thought, is that the same shirt, Glenn?
I'll tell you what, if I ever find a real big one, I'm going to come out of the bush, get Ant to film me. I'm going to have a suit and tie on and say, no, it hasn't changed me.
Still in there.
Give us your pick, Kenny. I'll dig and you detect. We don't want you knocking up too soon. How big do you reckon it is? Huh? Can I get reckless or not?
I don't think we'll lose it.
Have a go now, Kenny. Someone's going to have to say it. It's not bad clay you're in.
Lots of small quartz in there, isn't there? The ground does look nice.
It looks nice all around here.
Yeah, it's a good spot, a good looking spot. Go, Kenny. Yeah,
She's out. There you go, just at the front there.
Oh, I think it's pulled out a pinpointer. We've got a few questions about the pinpointer.
Did we?
Yeah, something on their comments.
Oh, I've been very busy. I haven't had a chance to get back to any comments for a while. I do apologise about that. I will get around to that.
The reason I don't use the pinpointer, 2 reasons I don't use it. I've never used it, not even on coins. And it's one more thing I'd leave laying on the ground. And the other thing is, the likes of those 2 little ones, I don't think the pinpoint would pick them up. And certainly wouldn't pick them up.
Yeah, no, not those
as
little
I-
ones.
As I pick them up. So
Yeah.
That's why we don't know.
Yeah, I use it when I'm on the beach or for coins, but not for gold. We don't really see the need.
Early on when we used to go, here we go, Kenny, pluck a big bit out, mate.
That'd be nice. Oh, it's in one of those. One of those 3. That one.
We're getting in close, Ken. You got me excited.
Okay.
Little kinder.
So we're giving the tap with a
Yeah.
bit.
I'll hold this. You can. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a nail.
Or rust of some sort.
Rust nugget.
No, you can't break that by
Give
hand.
it.
Hang on, let me just try this.
No, there he is, I think.
Yeah.
Bargarinos.
It's all rust.
Well, I just go again. Just in case he happens to be a piece of gold
In the rust.
in rust. No, he's steel. Definitely steel, Kenny.
Yep.
Right, boys, down the surfacing.
Bugger.
There's 3 ages of mining here. The first one is obviously when they were looking everywhere and doing the gullies. And this is part of that. This, from about 1859 on, the water races got established in this area. And this little drain here, that's running off the main water race. And that lets you know there was surfacing somewhere, and that's where we're going. We're walking down to where I got the 2 little bits. The second age is just above us. There's shafts where they've sunk on the reef. So they've got rough gold out of the gullies. They've known they've been right close to the where the reef's been shedding it. They've come up the hill and they've kept sinking, looking for the reef and take it straight from the reef. The third age is when it's got more industrial and it's been a proper mine. What would have been the fourth age is when I was in here detecting for the mining company, but they didn't go on with it. So it's interesting that all the different stages, and perhaps we're the 5th stage, Metal Detectors are the 5th stage.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So we know there's surfacing. We're moving down from the reef a bit, not because there's not gold there, there'd definitely be gold there.
Lots of signals.
It's just littered with signals.
Yeah.
And we're trying to make it a little bit easier with us, easier for us. So we're going down where I've got the 2 little ones in quick time. They're only small, I know, but we like gold, we like to see gold.
That's it.
So
All right.
keep rolling, boys.
Let's do it. Well, this is what we're looking for. This is all the rock they've pulled out of the reef. So when we're surfacing now, and hopefully we can snag a little bit in here somewhere. And we'll see how we go. Glenn, what do you call me over for?
Well, mate, detecting's a cruel business.
It is.
I dug that, and that's insignificant. But but when I first saw it in the ground, it came out like that. Can you?
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
I saw.
It's glistening in the sun.
Yeah, I saw that flicking in the sun.
Yeah,
Oh
there you
shit!
go.
Yeah, I thought it had sort of white pipe clay on it like that. I
Yep.
thought, you little ripper. Yeah, it's not, and it's not. I don't know what it is.
Brass?
Oh yeah, I guess it's brass. Yeah, but I don't know what it's.
Oh,
It's almost like it was a little tiny wedge for something, but I know what it's not.
yeah, definitely not gold. Bugger.
Yeah, I just saw that bloody flick.
Yeah.
It was just below where I got the 2 little ones. Anyhow,
Oh,
never mind.
onwards.
Oh, one other thing I found too. That
Oh, what is that?
that's indicator.
Okay.
That runs through the ground like that, and it's only usually about 1 inch or 1.5 inches wide. And when that meets the reef, that helps to make the gold. So they used to follow different indicators, and that's one of them. That they used to call it a black lead or pencil mark or whatever.
Yeah.
They'd follow if they were in where there was a reef, and they saw that, they dig through it and dig along it until
to
it
catch the gold.
yeah, try and catch the gold. So that's
is-
a bit of indicator. No?
This is what I found. Nothing very significant, but
Oh well, you've got
Couple
two things
little
of the area. Yeah, yeah,
sluice box nail.
yeah, and little musket ball, a little pistol musket ball too.
Yeah.
And every time you drop a musket ball in your head, I sort of in your hand rather, I sort of imagine them. You know, you're standing there and you're blowing with that bloke next to me. Yeah, they'd do a lot of damage,
you
wouldn't they?
want to cop that in
No. Right,
And onwards.
I still feel we'll get something.
Yep.
Kenny, how are you?
I heard Glenn digging away, but I came over too late. He already had it out.
That was Kenny there. 3 little ones, all small. 1 here, 2 just behind us, all in one area. I suspect there might be another one there because I got a little signal and I lost it, and then I found this little signal, and he seemed to be a fair bit further higher up the ground than he should have been. So I wouldn't mind betting there's another one there. But we're going for Smoko now. We'll have a team meeting and then we'll decide our future.
Sounds good.
Thumbs up, mate.
Well done.
Righto, we stopped for Smoko. We had our toasties and we've had a good drink and we're having a bit of a spell. A while ago, the blokes metal detecting Queensland, they changed their site name and they've changed it to Metal Detecting Australia.
Sure have.
And they had lots of subscribers, but then when they changed the site name, you slide back down the ladder again. So you're rebuilding.
Yeah.
So check it out. It's a good site. They put some good stuff up. So it now, when you're looking for someone to follow, Metal Detecting Australia. So thumbs up, boys. Good luck out there.
Good work, guys.
Other bloke I want to mention, I was up the servo, which is the only place to go, which is why when I meet anyone, it's always at the servo. I'm in the servo. I'm telling the bloke behind the counter a story, and he's telling me a story, and he sort of rolled his eyes, meaning we've got 4 blokes lined up behind us. You better wrap this up. So I turned away, and a bloke directly behind me said, "Did you find any gold today?" And I said, "Oh, no." And he said, "Oh, I watch your videos, watch you and Ant, watch your videos, like your videos." And I said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Tony." And I was just about to interview him a bit further. And the woman who's 3 back in the line, she had the sort of face that I get when I'm getting held up. You know, when you're trying to get into the pump and someone's detailing their car and washing the window. So whoever you were, you're a lovely lady. I'm not blaming you, but I could see that you weren't too happy about me talking to Tony and holding her up. So Tony, didn't get your last name. Thanks for watching. I said I'd mention you. So thumbs up to you, Tony. Tony at the servo. The lady behind you. Thumbs up to you.
Cheers.
I'm exactly the same.
Me too.
You had a hard working day and you want to be somewhere else. You didn't want to listen to 2 buffheads cackling on like chooks. Well, mate, that's all from me for the moment. Kenny.
Okay, folks, I've got some really sad news for everybody, and that's for all my fan, all 0.5 of them. This is my last week for like 5 weeks because I'm going away. I'm going on holidays.
Oh, you poor bugger.
Yeah,
I know.
bastard.
Someone has to do it, and Glenn really wanted to come in the suitcase with me, but he said the ferry ride from mainland Italy over to Sicily was just a bit much for him. He's not that keen on going on water, so unfortunately
I
he
have
can't
got
come.
a bag of stuff I want you to take though, Kenny, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, to Sicily, yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'll see you in 5 or 6 weeks, folks.
Enjoy.
Yeah, good on you,
Lucky
Kenny.
bugger.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
I'd love to say you burned it, but clearly.
Ben.
Mate, you'll hear us talking about surfacing and everyone that watches, I know most people know what we're talking about, but there's lots of people starting out and they might need a little bit of help. And one of the easiest ways to look, or when you are out, is when you see this sort of ground exposed. That's siltstone, and that's been laid down in layers and then it's been tilted sideways. But the old timers like that because it was usually shallow ground and they used that as their bottom. So when you're working through the bush, if you ever see stone like that, and you can tell we're on a surfacing because to the sides of us, the ground has been raised or is about 8 or 10 inches higher. So this is a shallow surfacing. That sort of ground, see that little siltstone reef runs all the way through there, and it's a good trap for small gold.
Yeah.
You're not going to find a big bit, obviously, because their eye was just as good as yours.
Yeah.
But quite often you'll find one trapped in there, or one where the waters came over and dropped him in nice and tight. So if you're walking through the bush and you see where literally the surface has been taken off and the bedrock's been exposed, that's a surfacing. That's a good spot to start. And then go to the sides of the surfacing because they've only judged where they reckon the gold would end.
Yeah.
And you can get a bit, or you quite often get a bit, scout around, keep an eye out for stone heaps, where there's heaps of little stones, where they've washed dirt and put it aside, or they've lifted the top part of the surface and taken it off and haven't used the water to wash it, coming down the slope, and they've got a little bit careless with a shovel and picked a bit up. So that's surfacing. That's when we talk about surfacing, that's what it is. I know most of you are saying, yeah, get on with it, I know all about surfacing. Fair enough. There's lots of people starting off.
That's it.
And you don't learn this stuff overnight.
Yep.
Righto, mate. I'll
Thanks
get
for
a bit
the
off the
tip, Glenn.
surfacing.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Mate, we're driving away from where we haven't had a lot of luck. I've got the 3 little ones, and it was a good spot too. We just couldn't put this coil on a bit of gold. Looking out the window, and often when you're driving through the bush, you'll see something that's not quite right. Have a look at this tree here. This is obviously non-native.
Beautiful.
So for this tree to be here, it's more than likely that this was a hut site. And you can see if you start to cast your eyes around, there's a couple of different areas up through there where those blackwoods are and where those rushes are that are flat. And just there in front of us is a little track, as you can see that, well, that's the edges of the track. So someone has lived and worked here, and when you are detecting, keep your eyes open, because straight through there is workings, but here, if you're on the relics, will be a good spot to start, because you can tell it's been lived on, because look how much topsoil is on it compared to the rest of the bush. You know, it's raised up here because the family or men have lived here, and lived here for quite a long time, because you don't start planting fruit trees unless you're intending to stay. So this would have been the time when people started living on miners' right claims. So they're working down here, but you get a permit to live in the bush, you get the right to live in the bush off your claim, and then the government would, if you live there for a certain time, the government would sign that block over to you. So this is a miner's right claim. I'm sure if you scouted around, we're not going to, but I'm sure if you scouted around,
Find a hut.
yeah, I see you staying up there. It was probably where the chimney is. The reason we're not walking around too much is it echoes that much through the phone. We can't explore, but
Lovely tree though.
yeah, it is. And you're looking out the window and you see that, and you've got to have a look. So that's a relic spot.
Nice.
All right, Ant, what have we got?
Well, we've got a Kinder Surprise in here.
After much heartache. And the silver fox is on 3 and we're on 0 between us.
But I can already see it. It's popping out. Look at
Yeah,
that.
it's a better size
You
than
see
any
me?
my little 3 you can stick in your eye. I had another
There
big
it is.
job to do. Oh, he's all right. This we're in a different spot. Has anyone mentioned that?
No, we haven't.
Yeah,
We've moved.
We've changed spots.
Yeah,
we're
we're
back
at our
on.
second spot for today.
We're back on the collars. Ant's got a bit bloody .4, and we're back in town.
Happy days.
Happy day.
Yeah.
No more in there. We might just check the whole considering blends here. There might be something else. Oh, silver fox.
Yeah, right. Now you blokes go down there and I'll...
Okay.
Jebbedali.
thumbs up.
Jebbedali. Yeah, Jebbedali.
finally.
Good work. Mate, as we just said, we're in the collars, and last week when we were in here, I got one out of a hole that someone had already dug, and the previous week I got one out of this, only about 2 foot away, in this grey stone. So what I want to do is remove a bit of that stone, which is all bottom. And when I was digging the signal last week, there were 3 or 4 great big stones here. These great big stones, they're here and here. And that tells me that when they got to the bottom, it was rough country, and big stones mean big gold. So that's a big water wash stone.
It's very water washed, isn't it?
That's come out of the bottom of the hole. So they've lifted him out and put him on the edges. So I'm going to rake around here and pull it into the centre after I've detected the centre. But what I want to do emphasise is...
Emphasize?
Emphasise?
Emphasize?
Emphasise is don't get in the bloody holes.
Yeah.
When you
You've
stand
gotta be
here...
really careful, don't you?
Yeah, when you stand here, you're standing in a hole with a cap on it. So this is probably underneath me. It may be full of dirt, but it may not. There might be a cavity between the bottom
That's right.
and where I am. So don't
Be
get in the
careful.
holes. I'm not telling you to get in the holes.
Yeah, definitely.
One time,
Especially those shafts.
yeah, those shafts don't ever get in the
No,
shafts. These are a
no.
bit different because they're only probably 8 to 10 foot deep at the best. But you can tell that because how big they are, how round they are.
Yeah,
You know they haven't dug a 16-foot hole.
that's right.
They've dug an 8-foot hole. But one time when I was bottle detecting, I was behind these houses. They'd been throwing their rubbish down a shaft. I was down about 8 foot, and I kept hearing sort of tink, tink, tink. And then I heard a noise like someone had tipped a bucket of gravel down a hole.
Oh, shit.
I got out and had a look around. I thought, someone's here? No one's here. And I'm working down to the rubbish, working through the rubbish, and I'm down to about stuff that's about 1920s. Then all of a sudden, I thought, I want to get to the better bottles quicker. So I dug a little hole down the side of the shaft that I was standing in the big hole I was standing in. I'm down, like my head's below the top.
Jeez.
And then that just disappeared into space. You could put your arm in, and then if you had a look down, it was probably a 30-foot drop to the bottom. So I was, and what had happened was, so at some stage someone had thrown roofing iron in there. It had jammed halfway down the hole. Next time he dumped his rubbish, he dropped it on top of the roofing iron, and so it went. And then the silt had covered it up. So I was in a shaft that I easily could have dropped through, and that would have been the end of me. I was about 16 at the time. So it just goes to show you, you can be young and dumb or old and dumb, but you'll always be dumb. So be careful if you get in these.
Yes.
Right out.
Not recommending it.
He's not recommending it, and if you get killed or get badly hurt, that's your bloody problem. Right out, thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Glenn's in his claim. Got another nice little signal here. Great little spot. Very keen on it. Sounds good.
Kenny, if this ground dropped beneath us and Ant and I dropped down 16 feet,
I'll go and get help.
I just want to know who you rescued first.
Oh no, I'll just go and get help once I get this thing out.
Once you got the detectors out, yeah. Oh, you dig the signal first, Kenny?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's what I reckon. That's
Yeah,
what any white man would do.
What about if you're going through the bush, you find a bloke's been dead a couple of days, detector in the hand, big nugget in the other hand.
That goes without saying, doesn't it? I'd ring the police and say I found someone dead.
When I was going to school, one day the cops come up to school and they said, it came over the air, would so-and-so come to the principal's office. So young so-and-so was about a form lower than me, 2 forms lower than me. He headed up to the principal's office, and then they spoke to him advisedly for a while, and then he came back. And what had happened was, he'd found a bloke dead out the bush down around the back of Hepburn, and the bloke had died of natural causes. He'd been bushwalking or something, and he found him dead. But he, being a gamer man than me, took his wristwatch. This is true. And the bloke watching this will know who I'm talking about, and lots of blokes will know who I'm talking about. So he took his wristwatch. So they found, when you obviously if someone's found dead, they do an autopsy on them. And the doctor, when he did the autopsy, said, yeah, he's been dead for a fortnight, and up until 2 days ago, he's had a wristwatch on, or he's had something on his wrist. So they went up to him and said, you found that bloke? Yes. You took his watch? Yes. Where is it? Here. So they didn't lay any charges or anything. But yeah, that's a true one. That's
well, when he found it, kind of, you know.
Yeah, he found it.
Steal it
Yeah.
from anybody.
By definition, you
Yeah.
can find it.
Yeah, but
All right, Glenn, what are you going to find?
well, I don't know, but
Okay, I'll give you 50 cents.
50 cents.
50 cents?
That's a bold statement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, Kenny, don't go to the car auction.
Haven't been there for a while.
I want.
Tight ass Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think that's at least a tenner.
10 cents.
$10.
No.
$10 is only 0.1. In fact, it's less than 0.1 at the moment because bloody
So you take the 10?
gold is right up.
It has, hasn't it? It's jumped up a lot.
Every bloody time.
No, it's still in there, higher. Yep.
Yeah, I think to your left a bit, I think.
Oh, good man, Glenn, moving that out of the way.
Yeah, that's the way we roll.
Yep. Wise man once taught me
Yeah,
that.
that's right. Don't scrape it in the big pile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that now, if we had the 7,000, we would know what we found.
still in there.
So we're all agreed it's not that tree root.
No,
No chance.
no, that's a lovely signal.
Now we don't want to see that old brown stain.
No, as long as we don't see a brownstone, we'll be happy.
It's moved, mate.
Mm-hmm. It's in that big pile.
I'll get
I think.
my knees back out of the way. So he's not in there.
As the wise man once said.
Oh, maybe he is.
No, I reckon he might be in there.
You reckon? Right up against that tree root.
Yeah, right there, yeah.
Well, I have to take a seat, Glenn.
Yeah, I know, mate. That sort of day.
If you want to pass out, you know, I can take over to the digging if you want.
Yeah. See how I'm going, I'm still travelling all right.
All right.
I want him to come out now, though. I don't want him to
yeah, exactly.
get
You don't want him too
any
deep.
deeper.
Yeah, otherwise we'll be able to go for a swim point.
Yeah, well, we're not down.
In a minute.
Yeah, well, that's what happened to me. I was digging bottles and dug a hole down the side, and then I go, huh, where's the ground gone? Didn't bother telling my parents.
Oh. Cool. There we go.
Gone off him a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah.
What is it?
If he's not jumping out, there he is.
Bugger.
Still, we had a bit of fun.
Save $10.
I say 50 cents.
Bugger.
Even 50 cents, he would have been too dear.
Yeah.
Righto, boys, back on the head.